So it's day 66.
Of the 29th year and beyond.
Well, when people talk to me and Gail about our marriage and, what makes it work and how have we been able to stay together so long and not just stay together, but still be passionate and enjoying one another and, just having a really strong relationship, there are three keys that I address. Now, you may have your own keys. These are my keys.
Okay. So, what are your keys?
But what I tell people all the time, and I have from the very beginning, first and foremost is being Christ-centered. Gail and I knew that regardless of what happened or what we wanted to happen, we knew that our faith was key. And so as Christians, we knew that Christ being at the center of who we were and what we did was imperative. Would you agree?
100%. After being in several relationships prior to getting with Fred, I knew that the next person that I was with, I wanted them to also have a relationship with God and to be centered. I didn't know he'd be this centered, but to be centered.
So, you see, my key, her key. But that's the first and foremost. I mean, because without that, when you deal with life and life deals with you, and let me tell you, it will. Just going through the myriad of opportunities, experiences, the ups, the downs, the highs and lows, it is our faith in Christ and our relationship with Him that has anchored us.
Yes.
And so, that has allowed us to be sustained through it all.
Yeah.
The second thing I would say of the three keys is total acceptance of who the other person was.
Yes.
Oh, or should I say is. Would that be a key?
Yes.
You see, key number 2. And this is the thing. You have to have a clear understanding of who you are and who this person is. Because it's not about saying, oh, she's beautiful, she's wonderful, but when I finish making her over, or her saying, he's a good guy, but once I get done, too many times people go in relationships with their minds already about who they want this person to be and how they're going to make that happen.
That's right. And that's true. And I don't care what you do, how you try to do it, it's not going. You can't change a person. You can't. They are who they are.
Absolutely. And if you are strong like we are,
Yes.
and know who you are like we do,
Yes.
there is no changing. Now, that doesn't mean that as a couple we don't grow and evolve.
Right.
Right.
But you do need to grow together.
But you don't manipulate and you don't change. So you have to accept the person, and I often say it just like as Jesus was when he resurrected, wounds and all. After he was crucified and he was resurrected, you got to see the nail prints in his hands and everything like that. And so you have to show up wounds and all. And you have to be willing to accept not who you want that person to be or what you think you can make that person to be, but who they are.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, more times than not, who that person is as they get older will just be more intensified. So if there are deal breakers or if there are things that you just don't like that rub you the wrong way, you need to really ask yourself, is this something I can live with or not? Because at the end of the day, you have to be willing to accept the totality of that individual.
Number 3.
And number 3, Gail and I have always strived to give the other person our very best. That has been the third key. Very strong. Being Christ-centered, accepting one another for who we are, and then Gail and I both have always strived to give each other our very best. Would you agree?
Yes, 100%. My very best all the time. I mean, I don't ever come half with Fred. I mean, and when I say my very best all the time, some days I'm broken down, but I still have to give him 100% of who I am.
So it's a broke best.
Yes.
But it's her best.
But it's my best. I mean, the best that I can give him at that moment. And that doesn't mean that when I'm tired or when something's happened traumatic and I may feel like I need him to hold me up, but I'm still giving him. That's all that I have to give. I can't give you any more than I have, but that's the very best that I can give you at that moment.
And it works both ways.
Yeah.
Because there are days when each of us can be very powerful and take on the world. And then there are those days when we're vulnerable and we need the support. But those are the three keys that has really afforded us the opportunity want you to be able to enjoy the journey. So first and foremost, having Christ at the center.
That's right.
Secondly, accepting one another for who we are, wounds and all,
Wounds and
warts and all, in the totality sense.
Cast
And
and all.
third, yes, and third, giving our best.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you. Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Bye.